video, we are going to study about the properties of the exponents. So our success criteria is to use the properties of integer exponents, power rule, product rule, quotient rule in order to simplify the expressions and solve the real life problems. Now first thing is that what is exponent? So anything written in the form of a base and with a power is said to be exponent. So for example, look at this thing. If I write here x, okay. So can you see that the x is on the floor, right? So this x is said to be a base. Now on this base, there will be a building build up. So here if I write anything, for example, I write here A. So this is said to be the exponent which is written on the top of the base is said to be exponent. Now another name of exponent is also power. So whether you say a power or exponent, both are same. Now what does it mean? It means that this x is multiplying a times. So understand by looking at the example. If I write here 5 to the power of 2. So where is the base? This 5 is the base, whereas this 2 is the exponent because it is on the top of the 5. Now what does it mean? It means that this base is multiplying 2 times. So I can write as 5 times 5. So can you see the base never change? It is same, but it will be multiplied by the times which is written on the top. Now we know you should know about the times tables, and 5 times 5 is 25. Try to understand one more example. Okay, so if I write here 3 power 2. Pause the video and tell me how many times I will write the 3. So I will write the 3 2 times because this is 2. So 3 times 3. So multiply 3 times 3. What do we get? 9. Let's take another example. So for example, if I write 2 to the power of 5. How do we write? 2 to the power of, this is the way we have to read, power of 5. Okay, 2 to the power of 5. How do we write? How many times we will write the 2? 5 times. Excellent. So 2, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times and 5 times. Now keep multiplying them. How can we multiply? Look here. 2 times 2, 4. Okay. Now 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. And 16 times 2, 32. Now, if you know the times table very well, then you can write the answer very quickly. 32. And in grade 8, it is very important to memorize the times table to understand the maths properly. Now, we have different properties of the exponent, which you have to memorize. The first property is zero property. What does it mean? That anything, any base is written. Any base, okay? Even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, x, a, anything written. And on the power, 0 is written. Which means that the exponent is 0. So any base with 0 exponent is always B1. This is the rule known as 0 exponent. So look here, A exponent 0 is equal to 1. No need to solve. 7 to the power of 0 equals to 1. Now can you pause the video and give me the answer? What is x to the power of 0 equals to? Absolutely correct. It is 1. Okay, now we have another property of exponent. When we multiply the two bases or more bases, mostly the base is same, right? You can see on the base a is written and here the base is a written and they are multiplying with each other. Now their powers or their exponent could be different or could be same. So how can we write? We will write these base only one time, and since it is multiplying, so the powers you add them, yani m plus n. Okay, try to understand this part by using few examples. So here, first question. I say 2 to the power of 5 times 2 to the power of 3. So can you see that the bases are 2. Here the base is 2 and here the base is 2. So what you will write in the answer, you will write the base one time. Now look at the power. Focus on the power. What is the power? 5 and 3. So since the bases are multiplying, so the power you will add. Now write down. Write the base as it is. 5 plus 3 how much? 8. Exactly. Now if they ask you to solve, if they don't ask you, this is the answer. But if they ask you to solve, it means write the 2 how many times? 8 times. So 2, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if they ask you to simplify, then multiply. How do we multiply? We multiply one by one. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 times 2, 32. 32 times 2, 64. 64 times 2, 128, and 128 times 2, it will be 6, 5 and 2. 256. So our final answer is 256. Let's try to solve one more question. Okay. So here let's take another example. Let's suppose 5 to the power of 1 times 5 to the power of 2. Okay, what have you seen? That the bases are alike. So if the base is same, you write how many times? Only one times. And what you will do with the power? You will add the power. So you will write 1 plus 2. Now write down 5 and power is 2 plus 1 is 3. Now what does it mean? It means write this base 5 how many times? 3 times. So 5 times 5 times 5. Multiply. 5 times 5, 25, and 25 times 5, it will be 125. Now let me show you how multiply 25 by 5 so that it would refresh your mind. Okay, how to multiply? Multiply this 5 by 5. So 5 times 5, 25. Write the 5 down and make a carry 2. Now multiply 5 by 2, 10, and add this 2. So 10 plus 2 gives you 12. So can you see? The answer is 125. Now next property. Next property is said to be negative exponent rule. What does it mean? It means that if any base is written and on the power there is any number written but with negative sign, means the sign negative is written before the number. So how can you make it positive? You make it positive by putting it down. Putting it down means you know all that there is a numerator on the top, means the term which is written above this line is said to be numerator and below this line is said to be denominator. So if you can see that in the numerator x to the power of negative a is written. So what do? You bring the x power negative a in the denominator, but when you change the place, this sign changes. Means if it is negative, so in the denominator, it will become positive. Now what is left on the top? On the numerator, in the numerator, nothing left. And nothing left means 1 left. Okay, let's try to understand it by an example. So if I write 2 power negative 3. Okay, how do? You make a line like this. Bring the 2 power negative 2 down because it is right now on the top. You replace and bring it down. Then negative 3 changes into positive 3. And before the number, if no sign is written, it means it is positive. So what you will write on the top? On the top is 1. Now maybe some students will ask me, Miss, what if this is the positive? So when we change the position of this thing, the positive will change into negative. Next property is called quotient rule. What is meant by quotient rule? Quotient means division, means something is dividing by something. So what have you seen? That a to the power of m is dividing by a to the power of n. So something is written in the numerator and something is in the denominator. But what is important? That this a is same. So if base is alike and it is divide, then you write the base as it is. The first power you will write with no change because it is on the top. And the second power you will write with the negative sign. Previously, when we were writing like 2 power 2 times 2 power 3, this means multiply, right? So when the two bases were multiplying, we write the base one time and we add the power. But now, when the two bases are alike, but they are dividing by each other, then you write the base one time. Now subtract. The first power you write as it is, and since the other power is down, so you change the power sign. That means positive 3 changes into negative 3. Now complete the work. 2 as it is. 5 minus 3 gives me 2. What is meant by 2 base 2 to the power of 2? It means write the 2 times. And we know 2 times 2 is equals to 4. Last property of exponent is said to be power rule. What is the power rule means? There is a base. It has a power or exponent, and that exponent has another exponent, means exponent to the exponent. So what do you do when two exponents are written beside each other? You multiply the exponent. Example, if I have 2 to the power of 3 whole to the power of 5. So what you will write? You write the base only one time same and you multiply the two powers. So 3 times 5. Write the base as it is and 3 times 5 is 15. Okay. Pause the video after taking this question and write it down. Okay. So what is the base? The base is 5. What are the two exponents? 3 and 4. Since exponent has the exponent, so you will multiply the exponents. And 3 times 4 is 12. Now let's try to solve the questions given in the textbook. You can look for patterns to develop the product of powers, property for multiplying the powers with the same base. So look at this. 7 to the power of 3, this one. How can we write? We will write 7. How many times? 3 times. Okay. Then we have a multiply. So we put the multiply as it is. Now again you have the 7 with power 2. So it means that you will write the 7 2 times. Let's try to do the other one first. 2 to the power of 4. It means you write the 2 how many times? 4 times. Excellent. And then times 2 to the power of 3. So which means how many times you will write the power 2? You will write the 2 3 times. Now write it in a single power. Now what does it mean to write it in the single power? Look at this one. Question number 1. Let me just go to another part and I will write it down in a very clear way. 3 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 4. I wrote the first question. Now, are the bases same? Yes, the bases are same. So, write how many times? One time. Now, are the bases multiplying? Yes, the two bases are multiplying. So, what we will do with the power? We will add the power. So, 3 as it is and power will be 6. Let's try to do yourself number 2 and number 3. Okay, so we will write here 7 one time because the two bases are 7. And because they are multiplying, what do we do with the power? Yes, we will add the power. So 3 plus 2. So it will give you 7 to the power of 5. Next question. 2 to the power of 4 times 2 to the power of 3. So both bases are 2. They are multiplying. So add the power 4 plus 3. Ye write the 2 as it is. 4 plus 3 gives me 7. Now, next part to explain these things again. How are the exponents in the left column and the exponents in the right column relate? Now, if you remember, for example, this is the question. 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of, for example, 2. Okay, how do we write? We write 2 times. Okay, we write the 2 how many times? 3 times. So, 2, 2 and 2. Now, this 2, how many times we will write? 2 times. 2 times 2. This is the one way when we factor them, when we write in the form of factors. Now, we want to write it in a single power. So, the bases are same, we write the 2. And what do we do with the bases? We add the bases. So, 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, now if you see 2 to the power of 5, it means how many times you will write the 2? You will write 5 times the 2. Now can you see that this and this are same? Yes, these both things are same. So what we will write in this one, how are the exponents in the left column are same or related with the right column. Okay, figure out. Yes, you can say that the sum of exponents in the left column equals to the exponent in the right column. Okay, sum of the exponent of left column, sum of exponent of left column is equal to the sum of exponent of right column. So I hope that you are getting the idea. Now what have you seen in this part? Yes, you can see that this is the quotient property. And I explained you in the previous slide how to do the quotient property. There is some base in the numerator, some base in the denominator. So if this is so, what do we do? First write it in the factor form. How many times you will write this 2? 7 times. So they wrote in the numerator 7 times the 2. Now in the denominator, how many times you will write the 2? Excellent. You will write 4 times the 2. Now you know if something is written in the numerator and same thing is written in the denominator, then we can cancel them out. So if you see that this 2 cancel with this 2, this cancel with this 2 cancel with this 2 and this 2 cancel with this 2. So how many 2's are left? 3 2's, yani 2 to the power of 3. Now there is one more way to write it down, write 2. Now the bigger power or the upper power write as it is, and the below power you will change the sign because you are writing on the top. So 7 minus 4, it also gives you 2 to the power of 3. So whether you make the factor or you write the property, you use the property to simplify, both answers are same. Look at the D part. How are the exponents are related from the right and the left column? Okay, so exponents in the left column are same, are what? The difference of the exponent of the left column and the right column are same. So when it is multiplying, you use the sum word, and when it is dividing, you will use the difference word. Now try to do this question. So how many times you will write the 6? 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And how many times you will write the 6 in the below part denominator? 3 times. Excellent. Now cancel the alike terms. So this 6 cancel. This 6 cancel with this one. This 6 will cancel with this one. What is left? 6 times 6 left. Okay. Now 6 times 6, how do you write? 6. How many powers are there? Here no power means 1 power. Here no power means 1 power. So power 2 left. Now let's try to solve this thing by using the property. So you write the base one time. You write the upper base, that upper exponent, that is 5. Then you subtract it from the lower exponent, that is 3. And 5 minus 3 also gives you power 2, which can be written in the factor form as 6 times 6. So you can see that all the answers are same, whether you simplify and then write it in the exponent form, or you write directly by using the property of exponent. So now part number 3, do it yourself and in the comment box give me the answer. Look at the part E. Make a conjecture about two additional properties of exponents based on your findings. Now we know there are two additional properties. One is plus when the two bases are multiplying, and one is subtraction when the two bases are dividing with each other. Okay, so how can we write these things? Let's try to make your own example. Let's try to make your own example. Let's see, for example, you can write here x. On the top you write a. You write times. Again write the same base x and you write on the top b. Now, how to add it? You write the base x one time and add the powers a plus b. So this is the first property. Now, in the second property, you try to divide them. How? Write the x power a in the numerator. Write the x and power b in the denominator. This is what we learned already. Now, when they divide, we write the x base one time, but first base we write as it is and second one we write it as negative b.